Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your September reading. I've laid out the cards on the axis of the horoscope wheel at the cardinal points, and I will clarify with the Tales of the Tarot new deck, and I will finish off with one of two oracle cards. So let's get started, and welcome. Sagittarius, your overall energy for September is the Hanged Man. This is about you really taking the time to pause, and this can be particularly challenging because there is a sense of momentum that is building around an important project for you, an important new initiative. But everything within you is holding you back, is slowing you down, is forcing you to honor your body. Your body may even be moody in as much as it is experiencing these roller coaster emotions and physical sensations as a way of slowing you down so that you can really think about the bigger picture here. There may be a way in which you're caught up in the forward motion of something, and it may be getting away from you at some level. There may be decisions to make that you don't feel able or qualified or certain about. You may be getting a lot of input from others that's hard for you to decipher. And in order to maintain your authority, you are finding it necessary to step back and really examine what it is you're feeling and what information your body is bringing to you. So this is actually a beautiful moment of retreat. If it's inconvenient, it's important for you to know that it's better to be careful and deliberate about the actions you're taking rather than to be swept up into something that ultimately you will not feel in control of. You will not feel that it is an expression of you. And this is allowing you the time to shift your perspective so you can welcome the help and the assistance that you need. You can see all of the obstacles as opportunities. In the first house, the Knight of Cups is representing your perspective, your focus, your concentration right now. And it's interesting, the Hanged Man is talking about this need to pull into yourself, and the Knight of Cups is showing that's exactly where you are. All of your energy is going into exploring your imaginative, emotional, sensual experience of your life, of the world around you. You're looking at the way things that might have felt differently in the past, or that you may never have allowed yourself to explore the feelings associated with things that are in your life now, to come to the fore. You're really looking at the range of emotions, of experiences that are coming up for you. And this card can indicate that it is through a meditation practice, that retreat, that pause, that pulling back, that sacrificing some of the forward momentum with this opportunity to really go into your feelings, go into the experiences and the feelings that were generated by them. This is a beautiful time to be more creative, to rethink your forward motion in a more creative, authentic direction. So this is putting a creative stamp on the moves that you are planning to make. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your foundation, your history, the Page of Swords is similarly working with you. This vibe of the Hanged Man, it's a beautiful vibe, many associated with Pisces. It is about where you belong and are connected with everything else. And at your foundation, you're really opening yourself up to challenging the assumptions you've made about the experiences you want or the experiences you didn't receive despite your efforts. You're really curious about the world. You're curious about the emotions and the information your body is giving to you. You're curious enough to explore your dream life, to explore your physical practices, to take your meditation in a way that allows you to release some expectations that really represent others' expectations about things, and to really explore what yours are now. It's quite likely that you've opened up to new ideas. You're looking for new solutions to situations that now exist for you that may not have existed in the past. But this is a beautiful card of openness, curiosity, perhaps communication or message, a conversation will help open you up about something, some resource that is needed. The 7th house is the house of significant others, and here you have the Page of Cups. This is also showing you to be doing some pretty serious work around your relationships. Not necessarily the dynamics within your relationships, but the kind of relationships you've cultivated in your life and the kind of relationships you now seek to support you in a way that you may not have understood relations in the past. So I'm sensing some obligation around your relationships, perhaps in the past, even in the present, that steered the way in which you gave and received support, love, attention. And that is something you're opening up and looking for a whole fresh start, a fresh perspective about that. Now that you've learned some things, this is really helping you to shed some of the protective layers and shells that have been covering up the way in which you show up for others and allow others to show up for you. In the 10th house, the way others see you, the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about your mimicking the habits of the natural world. I'm saying that to say the Empress represents the archetype of giving, love, generosity, abundance, the natural world, and the natural cycles. The Queen, all queens are her daughters, and the Queen of Earth is particularly attentive to nature, concrete material world, as a model for our productive behaviors, for the abundance that already exists in the world. We simply need to harness and direct that energy. In that way, the Queen of Pentacles is resourceful, understands and has internalized how to take what things are available in her environment and turn them into what she needs them to be, generating abundance, more of them, harvesting, growing. The whole cycle of nature is about no waste, no loss. In the 1st house, the Knight of Cups is clarified by the 9 of Wands in the 2nd house and the 6 of Coins in the 3rd house. You've been working super hard, Sagittarius. My goodness, you are almost to the point of physical exhaustion, which is really clarifying the need to step back to gain not only some composure, but your physical strength. You've been moving in many different directions in pursuit of a goal. You've also been working very hard on looking at your relationships as they exist in present time. If you are or have been a caretaker, then you are looking at ways to be more of a receiver. And receiving just doesn't mean gathering up the rewards of efforts, but it means taking joy in the process of creating the rewards, of doing the work, understanding that all parts of the process contribute to the rewards. So you find satisfaction and really looking at how relationships can work to support both members or all members of a given relationship. And this is a new perspective for you because you take your strength and your capacity as given, and you often assume responsibility that you don't need to assume, or that isn't even yours to take. And as you're understanding this more, you're realizing you have earned the right to step back and to create space to receive the resources that you put out to others. In the Page of Swords in the 4th house is clarified by the 6 of Wands in the 5th house and the Page of Coins in the 6th house. You're definitely receiving some kind of reward or acknowledgement from a team that you work diligently on. This team can be around your household, your community, your job, of course. This can be in a relationship, a way that you're having fun, in a way that you create pleasure with your peers. But this desire to work on behalf of the team to distinguish yourself as an individual is netting you the kind of regard that you want from others. This is establishing you as a part of the team, as an equal member of a team, and the regard of your teammates, your community members, your co-workers is what is significant to you. This is about you learning a new way to do things. And this is considerable because you have a lot of skills in many areas, but really looking at your relationships and understanding that you can learn how to do things differently, new ways through your relationships, through your supportive relationships when you open up the space to do that. The Page of Cups in the 7th house is clarified by the 10 of Wands in the 8th house and the 2 of Cups in the 9th house. Yeah, you have absolutely been through it when it comes to your intimate relationships and how you share resources. That often means material resources, money, taxes, inheritances, that kind of thing, investments. But in this particular case, it's telling me that you have often been outside of a process that you believed was intended to benefit you, and you received little to no benefits. There's a hint of betrayal by others here, but I believe you have taken the full responsibility for whatever losses you've experienced. You've recognized that even if you didn't lead the charge, you were there. And it's another instance where, as so many of us do, you may have given your power away, trusting that a partner, a sibling, a family member had your best interest at heart and would act accordingly. You understand that even if this was motivated by the best of intentions, you were the loser in the end. And as a result of that, you have been absolutely stripped of a certain level of trust in your relationships. The way that this went down, you felt absolutely betrayed by those who presumably loved you. But that has sparked this beautiful opportunity that you have taken up wholeheartedly to build a relationship with yourself on new terms, on reciprocal terms, recognizing that those relationships in which you assume a passive or active role in any way that dominates or submits is not a relationship for you, does not honor you, does not respect you, does not even see you. And so you have instead looked at the mechanisms within you that have prompted you to form affiliations, perhaps over and over again, with those who have subsumed you in their quest for prosperity or success. But this relationship, this connection exists when you are pursuing those things, your own beliefs in higher power, in the expansion of that education can provide you, in your spiritual beliefs. That is where an understanding of who you are is most available to you. And that's where you have gone with this building up of this self-knowledge that now encourages you to pursue your dreams. The Queen of Pentacles in the 10th house is clarified by the Judgment in the 11th house and the Moon in the 12th house. Yeah, you've worked really hard. You are working really hard for the big things in your life. You have opened yourself up to a major realization, a major decision. And in this beautiful card, I love these cards because they're animals, and there's something so sweet and humorous, so humbling about the representations here. This bunny has crawled out of its safe little cave there, secure and protected, in order to achieve something, to reach for something. And it looks like somebody's picnic lunch, perhaps, or I'm not sure what it is, but this is a beautiful representation of this awareness of your purpose in the world, that you've come to see that these things, abundance, success, happiness, joy, are things that you are deserving and worthy of. And this has been a long time coming, the sense of self-knowledge and wisdom, connection to your higher self that is now empowering you and allowing you to see all the tools that you have immediately at your disposal. Part of what is opening you up to that is a kind of a return to your natural instincts, your intuition, your natural abilities. For many of you, you were born with this sense of a magical experience of life from your earliest years, so that this ability to see, to be sensitive to elements in the world that may not be obvious to others, is something you're now returning to, you're now opening up to again as the thing that got you here. And this is the kind of quality, the kind of sensibility that gets squashed in life, in our culture. We are labeled in ways that preclude our ability to even see or imagine that we are a part of something that is otherworldly, that is oftentimes invisible. But there are real skills and abilities that are a part of this. These represent a kind of superpower. And a lot of the information you are gaining is coming from your dreams, whether you track them. If you wake up in the middle of the night with these sudden, sometimes disruptive pictures of a situation you're in, an experience of lucid dreaming, whatever it is, this is all containing information and is allowing you to purge old stories you weren't even aware that you were carrying around. A very intense reading, Sagittarius. I hope it's resonating for you. If so, please like and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all the love that I receive from you, and I'm deeply grateful. It really matters. So I've pulled loneliness. I know that I am never alone. I love this. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for your time. Until next time, Namaste.